Yeah, that feels real good. Do it feel good? Do it feel good to you? Make sure I get everything up and going. What is going on, beloveds? Yeah, yeah. Moving and grooving, baby. We back up. We back up. Hope everybody good. Hope everybody is good. So yeah, first off, guess I haven't been starting it off right. Mm, feels good. Happy Sunday to everybody. Happy Sunday to everybody. It is a beautiful day. All praise to the Most High. All praise to the Most High, Yahweh. Thank you, Holy Spirit, Mother of Wisdom. Thank you to the guardian angels all around the world, guiding and protecting us as we take one step and one step further into the divine direction that you have ordained for each and every one of us. I want to thank all the love, light, and high vibrating energies and frequencies that are maneuvering and making things possible, making things happen. So I want us to go into each new second, each new moment, each new day, week, month, and this new year with a completely empty plate, with a completely empty jug, ready to be filled up with beautiful love, beautiful blessings and abundance. Take this time to be able to heal. Take a moment to step back from things that may not have been healthy for you. Take a step back from the things that may have assisted in you stumbling. Possibly got to take a step back from people. Take a step back from yourself and reevaluate things in a different manner. I pray that we all are able to heal from anything and everything, to be able to accept this divine purpose that you have for us. Beautiful chosen brothers and sisters around the world. I want us to keep on chugging along, no matter what it is. And keep your head up high. Have no more fear. Don't give up. Keep going, no matter what. You've been chosen. Be thankful and grateful for everything and everyone. It's a blessing. Their blessing, their lesson. Love more and live more. Don't hold back. Selah, so be it. Yeah, I wanted to get that in your spirit. It's in my spirit. Woke up on the sunny side of the Sunday egg. So Now that we set the table, uh, shout out to everybody on all platforms out there. We're live on Kick, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, X, Instagram, you name it. We are live and direct. Trying to make this definitely every Saturday. So yeah. Hold on, y'all. One second. It is about 2025 American employment. So we're gonna go ahead and pull the sheets on that because you got Vivek and everybody talking, and yeah. So I'll send you the link. I'll send you the link. All right. I got you. No problem. Bye. Yeah, everybody. We here. I know y'all can't see me now. Now y'all can. Should be able to. But before we go down and get started, we got so much going on right now. But before we start that, let me showcase these in front. Let's go ahead and get these up and going. So everybody on Twitter, you can follow me on Twitter, on X. I need to stop saying Twitter. Follow me on X. You can scan the code. Follow me on YouTube. That is where you get the latest, get all the lives, all the people that are on live on TikTok as well. You won't be able to see everything or hear everything going on, but I'll be able to report it as I'm going. But you'll be able to go to the YouTube channel Prime Black and be able to listen to the playbacks on there. So I'll upload the channel in there. And so Facebook, live on Twitch, we live on Kick, live on Instagram, live on Twitter. And I just set all this up. I'm just getting it all together. It's the first time I'm being able to do it. Live on TikTok, live on Pandora, iTunes, Spotify, and Tidal. So yeah, we live everywhere, you know? That's how you gotta be. Can't be just sitting back. You gotta be everywhere, kicking that new flavor in your ear. Kicking that new flavor in your ear. But yeah, I believe everybody should be able to see me now. Boom, there we go. Sunshine on the face. So what we got going on here? So I got some stuff, something all over the place. I know how I do. I gotta grab all of the videos that I had. I was running around. I think I got them all off of here. No, I didn't, because it stopped. I got that one. Gotcha. All right. So as I'm going along, I'll be able to post these up. But where are we at with it? Hold on 1 second. Making sure that's on. Can y'all hear me? I don't know if y'all can hear me or not. Not for sure. Hold up, let me make sure. Because I did just. Because I was in Zoom yesterday. And then Zoom. and Zoom will do some of that stuff. So, yeah, because you got to change over certain things. So, but anyways, we'll have to put that up there. Hopefully we get the others to pop up real quick. Oh, I didn't even attach this one. See? The whole operation, y'all. That one got to be attached to. So. Yeah, 1 second. So I got 2 that shows up and gives me double the videos. So definitely got some stuff I need to close down on here, but where are we going? So we got that one. That is definitely a clutch one right there. Shalom. Oh, gotta post the link. So the video that I have, who else is I need to, I'm just making sure I'm covering everything before I get started. Just making sure I got everything before I get started. Except for on this phone. I gotta align that up. But how's everybody doing? Got so much to show you. Yeah. Oh, this is on? Okay, that was, I know I was hearing something. See, gotta make sure it's all lined up. Gotta stop touching stuff. You know, your mama tell you go in the store and like, stop touching stuff. Stop touching stuff. So yeah, I was going here. And then so yeah, just waiting on. Oops, wrong one. Okay, I got that too. All right. And then I'm just making sure I ain't got to go back to this. I probably don't. But anyways, I know I'm just like dragging on. But I had to bring this up. Couldn't leave y'all hanging off of that one real quick. What was that? So we're going to start with this one.
A high-level character in the company was bragging about Regardless of whether America stays a democracy or not, the insurance companies, specifically theirs, had a plan to continue to extract money from people. They're like a parasite that spreads, a zombie that can't quit eating. The top brass was making absolute moolah. They would want for nothing, their great-grandchildren would want for nothing, even if they quit tomorrow. And the eye was on always expanding the company. There's no such thing as having enough. Even in a drastic scenario where for some reason our country just completely crumples in on itself, they're still going to be going after you. I worked for one of America's largest subrogation law firms. When your insurance covers a cost for you, they can make somebody else responsible for repaying that amount. This is where insurance subrogation comes in. My job was to call people and harass them for money. We would hound you at best and harass you at worst. Many times I sat at my desk thinking, I am literally just a debt collector. Collectors were treating the people that they were calling as something to extract from, not seeing them as other humans. I saw a lot of abuse, verbal abuse, of course, not having any kind of empathy for anybody's lifestyles or situations. We had a system of notes that would show what was discussed with the claimant previously. So there was this lady that had a lot of notes in it, like, she's lying, she keeps giving a sob story. I spoke with this lady and was giving her the general spiel. And she cut me off and she said, I don't know why you guys keep calling me. I'm telling you, I'm on hospice, I'm dying. Like, I am in my sister's living room, in a medical bed, I am dying. Her sister got on and just, screaming, like, just please leave her alone. I didn't know what to do with myself because what do you say to somebody like that? It was probably one of the lowest points of my life. I would see frequently people were bringing in like $30,000 a week. There's hundreds of people working for this company. There was a lady that worked there for 16 years. She was one of those top 5, and just thousands, tens of thousands of dollars were being brought in just by this one woman. We are incentivized to take the most amount of money from these people as possible. Without letting them know, we had full reign on adjusting what they would actually have to pay if they settled. We're paid on commission through a fee structure. So if they are making good faith payments, say $250 every 2 weeks or $250 a month, we would get 15 to 20% of that as a fee. If we were to settle a lower amount for them, we would get less in fees, and fees are what our commission is based on. The system was set up that if we showed any kind of humanity to these people, we were screwing ourselves over, and I can't tell you how many times I got in trouble for just trying to be a decent person. We are supposed to be doing this by the book. A lot of these cases, when people don't exchange their insurances at the time of the wreck because they're like, oh, it's fine, there's like barely a dent, my insurance will cover it. Later, when the insurance company hunts them down because they don't know that that person has insurance, that's why we're supposed to be getting their insurance. Like, that's the first thing we're supposed to check for with each call, because they might have insurance and not be on the hook for any of this. So a colleague saw me in the middle of a call, told me to pause the call, asked me what I was doing there, said I was not there for customer service. He pointed out the fact that I am poor. And he said, if I were you, I would focus on winning and not on making sure that these people have insurance or not. You need to get money. You don't need to get their insurance. That was a part of the job description, things we were trained on. If they had insurance, we were supposed to collect the data on that. And when the people that have that responsibility to do their work correctly are in it just for the greed and are completely skipping out on certain steps, lives are needlessly ruined. We would call you sometimes multiple times a week until we got the money. Just completely would not stop. I experienced one with a lady. It was a flood damage in the apartment downstairs. And the lady actually did have proof that it wasn't even her fault, but we were still pursuing her. And I tried to send it back to where we double check things. And they're like, no, she's guilty. And I'm like, no, look at the paperwork. She has clear proof that it was actually the apartment above her. And we were still calling that lady. You really can't hide. We used a program to pull up dossiers on people. So if you had the lack of luck for having the same phone number as a claimant used to have, if you worked with them, ex-spouses, we might call you. Basically keep chipping away until we find the claimant. One of my coworkers called up a wife of a man that was a truck driver. He owed roughly $55,000. And this lady was completely blindsided about this. She didn't even know he had been in a wreck. As she is becoming more and more panicked, the reality of the situation settling in, he's becoming more and more chipper. And he actually turned around and high-fived me once like she started to cry. Some of the techniques I witnessed people using to harass the claimants. One person was very misogynistic towards women, would talk down to them, call them baby girl. Another person would spend his mornings conversing about different ways to lie. They would find loopholes in, say, this person might live in a state that they can't have their driver's license taken from them, but we could still threaten that maybe because maybe the state might change their mind one day and make it legal. It was quite blatantly a lie, and we were encouraged to tell that lie. One of the tactics we were supposed to use on people that said, I don't have any money, tell them, hey, do you smoke? Quit smoking. Different things that we're supposed to use as examples of things that they should quit in their own life so they can pay us money. We were told to tell them, take out some credit cards, high interest loans. You know, that's a cycle. Once you start borrowing from one high interest thing to pay another thing like that, like you're in a bad way. It's an endless loop of misery. This experience was harrowing, just a cold splash of water in regards to what I thought our society was capable of. You would hear people screaming at people on the phone and then go to lunch and have a coffee and just happily talk about something they did on the weekend. We were completely incentivized towards greed. Things like this are one of the big reasons why people hate insurance companies. This company has absolutely ruined people's lives. 100% completely undeniable. And when I think back to that lady who was dying, she didn't deserve this. Nobody deserves something like this.
Well, I wanted to highlight that because it is definitely a growing trend of information that is coming out about all of these different industries and how they have done so much to people. So yeah, most of the time Yeah. A lot of these people can't, you know, hold back anymore. And many are coming forward. You know, you're starting to see like the personality and the psychological uh, impact that it's having on people, taking a toll with their moral compass. It has triggered people. And now people are coming forward. People are saying what they need to say, bring the truth out. They don't like how they feel. They don't like how the world is around them. And so um, trauma bragging is a very serious thing. Um, virtue signaling is a very serious thing. There was a there was literally a article that just popped up on my phone and it just disappeared. It when I have something good, man, that'd be just weird, man. Just literally was looking at it. Let me see if I just go to animals. But yeah, to be able to have seen what happened with CEO of United Healthcare and how people are feeling about their experiences with these people who have specialized in being predatorial, conducting themselves that way. So you're starting to see the moral compass of how and who people are. You know, you know, some people got a colder heart than others, and some have a warm fire, a desire in their heart to make change and bring change. And starting to see how the world is shaping out to be, where all these companies are now having to show themselves. I know. Worked in many different industries to now have my own little general census of what's going on. So I wanted to bring that to attention. Leave this alone because it's not helping me find what I was looking for. Wanted to highlight that because many want to come out, many want to say what they needed to say, come out and be forward. You know, a lot of the times is it's against the code, if you know what I mean. It's against the code. It's against what folks is supposed to be doing. It's against code. You're supposed to be speaking up on these things. But you're starting to see them do that. Why? You know, you want to rush your job? I mean, but this is what's happening. I had something else I was working on here. I bring that to everybody's attention because this is very important. You gotta see people go in so many different directions. You got people who were scamming before, and now it's going to be a lot of doubling down. You're going to see a lot of people doubling down on who they already was. You know, see the people scamming, You got people who are committing crazy crimes that are in the same vein as who they've always been. So, just wanted to make sure that I covered that because you're seeing a lot of people who are getting affected by these companies, these industries, very much so. Like these people are getting hounded and harassed now at this point. Very much so. Very, man. It's no joke when you're looking at the people who are in these positions and you're seeing all of the top tier people now fall. A lot of these people, they hunting their own people down now. In every way. Like physically, like I'm gonna come find you. Or just like undermining the company, as you can see, being able to spill the beans on everything that we don't know about. Many of the times we don't know what's going on in these places. So that's why I wanted to show that, because you're going to start seeing many of the companies having people coming forward now. Why? Because of, I should have brought that up in the first place too. But we got some news, y'all. I'm telling you, we got some news. We got some news, y'all. We got some news. We got some news. You've had many people report on it. I just want to make sure I cover my little spiel. But you have people getting up in arms about the companies that they're working for. Can concern. A lot of these companies went out of the country. And if the people are coming to this country, then who's working for the companies that are out there? So now the companies that are out there are having to decide if they want to come back to America, especially if, Trump is trying to incentivize people to come back to America to bring these jobs and bring the workers here. It's going to create a massive, horde of people wanting to come to America. These companies wind up coming to America. And now, if you wind up having a border situation, say he wind up getting it locked and loaded, and guarded down and stuff like that, where people really got to work this way to get themselves back in here, you wind up making, bringing these companies back to America and having these, but y'all did it so wrong, did it so sloppy. For so many years, y'all created so many legislative bills that compromised for so many individual agendas. Wasn't even for the masses of people. So that's why it's people coming out and people feel duped. They don't feel a part. Yeah, let me just pull it up. I just want to make sure I just get it off here. Which one's longer? Yeah, I'm gonna keep that one. That one's better. But yeah, shalom everybody that's out there. Shalom everybody. I say that because you're seeing a lot of the major name people getting called out for all of this stuff now. You're seeing many of these people feel emboldened. Like they just Big Daddy, they are looking to be in control of every aspect of everything. The video I watched that showcased that. People are going to start coming forward because they are going to lose their jobs. they'll lose them on the sense that people are going to see a drastic change in the treatment that they get from the jobs now, because people are going to start feeling like they're overworked and they're underpaid. That's what's going to start showing up. It's going to show up in people's paychecks. It's going to show up in their bills and bank accounts. How was the Merry Christmas for a lot of people? Was it a happy holiday? Because people are going to have to go back to work. People are going to have to go back to work and realize a lot of things have changed. The stock market is doing a lot different. All of these markets are feeling a little different now. You're seeing what all of these companies now, you're seeing the push for fear mongering. You're seeing people who are like intimidated at the jobs now because they speak up now. I know this very well myself. You've worked and you've given these companies hundreds of hours of your life, years of your life, to have nothing to show for at the end of the day. Like they just leave you dead in the dirt. So people aren't pissed right now because that Christmas ain't hit like these last three. This one right here, this one, ugh. Now you're in a box mansion. It's like, oh, I felt his power. I felt her power. You know, that's what happened. That's what happened to many of these companies. I showed you yesterday how many of these companies are starting to feel the burn because many have had to try to stretch their prices to try to get the consumer to buy onto these extra, outrageous products and services now. Like if you've seen like all the different candies and food and all that stuff, everything was just extra sweet and extra meaty. Everything was just, they started doubling up. Companies started doubling up because they had to merge. There's so many situations where people had to merge. Shalom, everybody. These companies had to merge together to try to attack the consumer because this is United Corporations of America. And you can't be successful out here without undercutting or shitting on the man in some form or capacity to get where you need to get to. That's what this whole engine got made. Y'all did this. Y'all created this, and now it became the Ouroboros, where many people that wanted to go on vacations, wanted to take off from the jobs, that had all of these different positions, wind up going to the side. You had many people who slid in. When you're talking about the visas that many people have been speaking on right now, there's a reason for that. I remember being on the colleges and seeing massive amounts of people who were from another country here. And they actually had it way easier. They had it way easier to get through the school process than I did. To fast track them to wherever they needed to be at. they try to make it like seem to us clear as day that no matter who I was, that every other nationality around me was going to be assisted to surpass us. And sure enough, a lot of that came, and a lot of that happened. So we were really not even a part of any of these processes we weren't part of the formulation. We were the byproduct of it. And now we're showing something different to where our withdrawal is affecting everything now. It's affecting everything now. Now that you're seeing so many people not have anything, because a lot of these companies, there's nobody that look like us there. But then you have a lot of companies that don't have people that look like them there. And so I want to show this one. So before I get to that, let me bring this guy up because I think there's a lot of people in uproar. I think I probably had a better video. Trying to find a better video because I didn't even really hear no information, so I'm gonna just run with that. But I think this is kind of a better video for me to show, I guess. Still kind of whack, but I'm gonna just show it just cause I ain't really in a vibe right now. But I'm gonna chew the meat and spit out the bones. Well, I'll show the one that I was gonna initially, because I don't know what was on that one first. I was gonna do that one.
And former presidential candidate Vivek Ramaswamy, now part of the Doge effort with Elon Musk, he published a lengthy post in recent days about American workers. In this post, Ramaswamy explained why he feels tech companies choose to hire foreign workers over Americans. He boiled it all down to, quote, culture. He wrote in part this: "Our American culture has venerated mediocrity over excellence for way too long. That doesn't start in college, it starts young. A culture that celebrates the prom queen over the math or Olympiad champ or the jock over the valedictorian will not produce the best engineers." He continued, "Trump's election hopefully marks the beginning of a new golden era in America, but only if our culture fully wakes up, a culture that once again prioritizes achievement over normalcy, excellence over mediocrity, nerdiness over conformity, and hard work over laziness." And Pablo, you went to college with Vivek Ramaswamy. You've spoken about that experience a couple of times. Give us your reaction to this, because I don't know, it could be sure interpreted as a swipe at a lot of the people who cast their ballots for Donald Trump.
It's a remarkable heat check from a guy who is not actually very good at speaking to, I believe, the reality of what's going on in America. And I say that, of course, as my own subjective opinion, but this read, at some point there's a line in this very long post, which you didn't quote, which I will. He says, "We need more creating, less chillin'." And I say chillin' with the G missing, and it just feels like, you know, a Breakfast Club speech written by a large language model. And it is politically, I think, a horrible decision insofar as the coalition that he joined was mostly interested in him because of how he enabled their own grievances. And when I say they, I mean the core of the MAGA base, which is America first in a way that means white America first. And so if he's going to talk to that base, a nativist base, the same way that, I don't know, white people have been talking to black people in America for a really long time, I don't think they're going to like it. And so what we're seeing now is this coalition that is fractured, that wasn't actually all that incentivized in the same direction when it came to what does Silicon Valley want and what does, quote unquote, the America First movement want. And you can recast America First, as Elon has done, his co-head of Doge, to say this is about America winning the game, as if they are a sports team, as if we are a sports team, as if we are a business, as opposed to a place that's supposed to prioritize, as the, again, base of America First would like it to be. white Americans first. But I believe that this is a remarkable fracturing ahead of Inauguration Day of a coalition that didn't make a lot of logical sense. And that's before, John, you get to the idea that this guy is talking about TV shows being the cause of this. He's saying that America isn't sufficiently Urkel enough. That's literally an argument he made, you know? And I'm just like, why is this guy trying to articulate a vision for America for anyone? That's the part that I returned to and have for 20 years.
Yeah, no, reading the post here, he not only takes a shot at Friends, but he praises Screech and Saved by the Bell.
That's
and
right.
Indeed, the Steve Urkel character as well. Make America Urkel Again might as well have been the title of this post. Yeah, we will see how that relationship develops in the months ahead. Host of Pablo Torre Finds Out on Meadowlark Media. Pablo Torre doing a lot of work for us this morning. Thank you, Pablo and Sam.
All right, Mr. Pablo. Make America Urkel again. So, I mean, you're using us as an example. Obviously, we invented the culture. We are the culture. We have always been the culture, and we will always continue to be the culture. And the fact of the matter that you guys are using code words on a consistent basis to try to cozy up with these alarming narratives that you guys are hiding under. Yeah, he tiptoed around it, he tapped around it, and he hit a gut punch to these, you know, these guys, these I don't even know what to call them, but so much dancing around the actual factors is that you guys really are going through some stuff, because now y'all ass got to actually get up and work everybody. So you're talking about an actual gut check. That's just because, like, y'all created this environment of chilling, and his quote unquote. Y'all created this. We didn't have no opportunity to chill. We wasn't do like it, there was no chill. Not on the job, not on the way back home. We're gonna have a knee on our neck, and hopefully not get robbed and shot. Hopefully not have to deal with going into any situations like that. But we went through it for 400 years. And you guys made it to where you brought these people into this country. You made it so that you guys kept us out of any of the conversations, out of any of the positions. So yeah, you're starting to see so much concern, but you never come into, just like you said, hey, now y'all want to feel. I didn't expect to hear that out of that part where he just stabbed the shit out of him right now with the whole, like, hey, yeah, you know, it's the kettle calling the pot black. What is it? The tea kettle calling it whatever. Yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about. I could never get that one right, but it goes to show that we are constantly the example in every capacity, even in the fact of judgment, even in the fact of him bringing that up. Like, hey, this is the standard. This is the experiences that we've seen going throughout generations that have laid down the formula and the blueprint of what to do and what not to do. And for some reason, somehow, some way, white folks like to truly exclude themselves out of any of the fucking atrocities that they have committed. So as we keep trying to sit here and listen, and y'all keep dancing around it, make America Urkel again? Yeah. We are it. We've always been it. And you guys have always been treating us like shit. 7 deadly sins. You guys take the cake on all 7. You take the cake on all 7. You guys have been sitting in your sloth and stewing in it. And now you're finding out how much stuff is going on now and how hard it is and how stressed out you are. So, supposed to be feeling sorry and sad? No. I'm not going to be bothered by that. I am not going to be bothered by that. Because of the simple fact that you guys are going to have to go through all of this. All these people that didn't put their energy into this, I'm just going to be grooving and dancing. I'm just going to be chilling. I'm just going to be talking and observing and reporting on what's going on. While everybody is being up in arms about all of this. You guys made it very clear you guys did not want us working in any of these tech companies in any form, in any formality, any positions. Y'all made it so hard and difficult to even get any type of jobs like this for us to be able to succeed to where we good. We ain't even bothering you. We chilling. We get our money and we go and live our life over here. But you guys made it a point to undercut. Problem is with us is that we became consumers of these same companies that really don't even create an initiative of a majority of a percentage of African American, Black people working in every single one of these companies. America won't be great again because 50% of you guys' workforce on any of you guys' companies don't have Black folks. Simple as that. So the companies were succeeding because our dollars were going into these companies. So yeah, we were dumb enough to sit there and not ask for to be hired and be brought on or get a raise, to be promoted. And we just said, no, I guess we settled for it. And we just said, hey, if we can't beat them, we're going to just spend with them, our hard-earned dollars, put them over there. And lo and behold, these companies succeeded. Wow, we never were a part of any of the process. Y'all made it that very, very possible. But when we start getting hip to it and like, nah, man, y'all ain't really looking out. Y'all just take it. You start seeing us not support many of these beauty supply stores because they was beating the shit out of our women. I'm seeing grown Asian men putting their hands on our women. Yeah, no, cut that right out. Am I lying? Y'all really did put a lot of this effort forward to be able to block us out and not allow us to get anything going in any direction. So because of that, yeah, compromising, yeah. Have to settle, we can't afford certain things. Y'all made it that way. And then y'all tax the shit out of us on all of everything. See, now what goes around comes around. It's literally chickens come home to roost at this point now, to where everybody else is getting in the game, to where everybody's coming to the round table. All of the other nations is coming to the round table now to try to come together and figure out like, hey, we all got to pull our weight now. And so that's what everybody is just doing right now, is just doing a roll call of just calling each other out and saying, hey, we all need to do a lot better now. Everybody needs to pull their weight. White people, you just can't sit around and slack off anymore because, And that's what it's come down to. And so because they're being told that, they don't like that harsh truth now, that they actually got to get out there and work. Many people sat there and ate really good for many years, and then everything fell apart, and now they're outside homeless for the first time ever. A lot of people lost everything now, working jobs that they said that they would never work. Treated the people who did work at these companies horrible. And lo and behold, now you're seeing people who are actually going to go and work with these companies now. I ain't nothing bothered. I ain't nothing bothered by none of this. You know what I'm going to do?
Wait a minute, get it how you live it. 10 toes in when we standing on business. I'm a big stepper. Yeah, wait a minute, get it how you live it. 10 toes in when we standing on business. I'm a big stepper.
I just had to put that up there because I used to be at the bus stop on that tip. Used to have the headphones on and be mobbing out. I was in my groove. So I feel the brother. But that's what it came down to. Because of that factor, is that many of these companies moved out of the country. Many of these companies hired out of country people to come and work in the country on jobs that could have been easily given to African Americans, to the children of Israel, to the black folks of this land. And you guys chose to put any and everybody else that had the opportunity to squeeze in every one of these type of opportunities. You never told us about the jobs. You never allowed us to get the jobs. I remember I had filled out like for every position at one time. They still wouldn't hire me, even though I was like overly qualified. But it's just I needed a job. I needed a job at the time, so it's just like, you know. But because of that, you guys made it a point to not allow any of us working in any of these jobs. Shalom, everybody. Put everybody on the map. But I'm gonna read this article. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. But this is what happened. American man reveals Indian CEO took over a firm, booted out founders, and hired Indians. Post goes viral amid H-1B visa debate. Yeah. Debates about Indian immigrants in the U.S. tech sector surged after a viral post by a U.S. attorney. The post accused an Indian CEO of mismanagement, ousting founders and replacing top executives with Indians, sparking heated social media discussions about workplace practices, equity, and cultural dynamics in corporate America. Wow, would you look at that? 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 I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I'm not emotional about it. Because this was happening with white folks all the time. It's happening with white folks all the time. It was never arguments and heated debates and sparked cultural dynamics in corporate America. Like, sparking heated social media discussions about workplace practices, equity, and cultural dynamics in corporate America. I'm going to read it again. Sparking heated social media discussions about workplace practices, equity, and cultural dynamics in corporate America. I must be too high. No, I'm not. I am sitting here trying to digest this because these people must be smoking. This has been going on for such a long time, y'all. Are we just now waking up to these things? No. I know I'm not crazy. How many times do we see it ain't everybody else team up and work like this? And bring the whole picture up. There we go. Look a lot more lovely. This fool dude look like a brother though. He got that what's that? Robert Downey Jr. Tropic Thunder. I bet the fool. I'm looking at you. Yeah, like that don't look nothing like. You don't even look. But hey, it's a lot of people that look like us. That dark pigmentation. I can't get mad at this. Why? Do what y'all do. If that's what happened, you ain't gonna get mad at the founders. The founders didn't work. They didn't want to work no more. They wanted to go on vacations. They was already getting money maybe somewhere else, and maybe thought it was greener on the other side. So many different reasons. You never know. That's why I always got a lot of questions, But I just know that this whole place is filled up with the whole squad. With the whole squad. So I'm just trying to understand that what is all of the sparked outrage about? It's interesting because when it comes to us as a people, if this was a room full of all beautiful Black people, is that the same conversation we're about to have? Is a bunch of Indians going to be mad and sparking outrage about workplace practices, equity, and cultural dynamics in corporate America? Are we expected to anticipate that? I'm going to keep that line right there. It's just such a beautiful line. It's just sparking heated social media discussions about workplace practices, equity, and cultural dynamics in corporate America. As many as our people throughout civil rights who told us to go get an education and get all the degrees that you can get, and all of these folks went and got all of these damn degrees that they can get and ain't worked in even the fields that they were working in. Even when they got into corporate America was not what they thought it would be. And so we go into all of these different industries with the wishful thinking of thinking that we're going to be accepted into something that ain't ours, that we ain't stand on, and we ain't stood behind. Knowing that we don't stand behind none of the stuff that they've ever done, any and everybody. Because everybody then took a hand. And so, yeah, we ain't rock with them. It is what it is. We forgive you. We're going to move on, keep pushing. Good game. That's how I got to say it. Good game. Okay. That's what's up. Y'all smiling right now? Yeah, that's what's up. I just wanted to, let's keep that same energy. I would like us to keep that same energy. Because to all of the white people out there, y'all sure didn't mind y'all workplace practices. It was white as snow. Y'all didn't mind the equity. There was no conversations, no heated discussions amongst you guys about the workplace practices. Like, hey, we need more Black people in here. You guys did not come out of your way and go out of your way to be like, hey, we need to have a heated discussion about the workplace practices here about, it's not enough Black people here. None of these other nationalities have ever gone up and rised up on that. And every time we didn't spoke up, it was just deaf ears. Y'all like Little John. What? Okay. No, y'all wasn't tripping about the equity, because if you got the equity and you keeping it all in the family and the dollar is flipping like gymnastics, whoa. Y'all ain't sparking no heated discussion about, hey, we need to go ahead and, and even then, y'all was never charitable. Even then, still to this day, still not charitable. I ain't seen none of these folks ever come around. They ain't never been around. If it ain't about no money on this land, ain't none of these folks ever messing with us. Don't ever come and kick it. Don't ever just say, hey, how you doing? What up? Or anything like that. If it ain't about anything else, all of these other nationalities are all on code about what goes on in America. All of them are all on code. So when everything starts showing up that it ain't what it's cracked out to be, and hey, you got a nice, great depression going on, brewing. And that's the way I look at it right now with so many different people, especially the ones that's trying to run over here and then the ones that are here. You guys will not be able to go to any land because I've already showed you how much jacked up the land is across the whole world right now. So yeah, you got people fleeing. It's just a a whirlpool of worldly musical chairs where everybody's getting pulled from under the rug. So if we're gonna trip about workplace practices and equity and the cultural dynamics, who was ever caring about the cultural dynamics of it? Caring about the fact that man, how much of a of a cultural and societal impact this will display and present to people. And then you got corporate America fluffing up their own, you know, corporate brother and sister and cousin, all these other companies. Everybody was in bed with each other. So if you got, workplace practices that are of a very, very, very white complexion, then the workplace was never going to budge on the factor that, damn, I don't smell enough black people in here. It was never that. There's never no discussion about, man, I don't smell black people making enough money. And I really, I don't think this is a good look for people who may work as hard and damn near do the job, really do the job better than most of them. So these practices were always conducted by all of you guys. And every one of these people are all on code in their own form or fashion. If our dollars is not going into any of these corporations, they will not succeed. That's where we have to be able to understand right now, is that none of these people will succeed. None of them. For hundreds of years, thousands of years, people have been on our back with a whip, saying, giddy up, faster, faster. And now that you're seeing people trying to come together and group together and try to work together and do what they do, okay, that's cool. Congratulations. Just keep that same energy when you see a whole building of black people. Whether I helped build it, whether we helped build it together, somebody else built it, I just want everybody to just keep them same energies. I don't want you complaining about, damn, the workplace practices is black. Like, and it's like super black, and it's like it looked dope. Like I'm walking in a building, it smells so good in here. Why is it? Like the workplace practices, I don't want nobody to be tripping when we get down how we get down, because you guys all have been getting down how y'all got down. And when y'all didn't allow us to be able to get down because we needed to get down or wanted to get down, or it was access denied. And then we just said, all right, forget it. Go another way. We'll make a way. We'll find a way. We know what we're doing. And then when we leave everybody alone, then you start seeing these beauty shops empty. You start seeing these corporate entities going bankrupt. You're starting to see all of the very wealthy people speak down to us as if they're trying to whoop our ass like our parents. Like, y'all need to get y'all act together and make me more money. Just the whole energy right now that everybody is trying to showcase. And it's not working. Anybody moving, anybody budgeting. All these jobs try to have retaliatory, methods and tactics to try to shoo you out and squeeze you out without having to pay you what you're owed. Many of our brothers and sisters are so talented, far beyond the imagination. And many of us have worked on jobs where we were very qualified, most of the time overly qualified. We can't work on job being underqualified. And even if we was when we started, we didn't finish that way. I was unqualified and I was low qualified for the job positions when I started. But when I finished, I was a well-oiled machine. Because most of the time, none of them knew that I didn't maybe not know what the hell I was doing. But I didn't fake it either. I just said, hey, what do I need to do? Simple as that. Keep it short and sweet. You ain't got to be doing all you be impeccable with your word. You ain't got to be all over the place trying to do this and do all that. But then you got a lot of people who just get into these positions just to get their chapstick and going kiss ass. People will bend the knee. They will just conform. They will capitulate. They will be everything else other than themselves when they get outside. So it's like, who are you outside of your badge? How many of these people ain't washed their ass? How many of these people are pedophiles? How many of these people actually are good people? And we question this everywhere we go, every person we come across. We have our own whole list of profiling mechanisms that we thrash and dash each other with because you don't want to get caught off guard, blindsided. So we're all defensive because we're triggered and traumatized. So yeah, already out top, we don't even want to engage without making sure that we are armed to the teeth. And rightfully so, because of how much that we have been duped, how much we have gone through being told, no, you can't work here or you're fired. How many times we have been told that hurry up and buy. How many times that we have been told that, no, you are not welcomed. And then when you're welcome, you're approached with this fake ass cheesy smile. Like all these smiles on here look so fake cheesy. Like what game the shit out of you, especially if they can find out something about you that you don't know. People are very manipulative now. Coerce you all the way, co-founder all the way out of the business, and now it's you're not of no parts of the business anymore. You're not of any parts of the business anymore. They have circumvented and squared off and closed the door on the equity for them. And who's to say, I mean, you got a very well-equipped amount of people in this office who can actually sufficiently do the job or work, just because, hey, it's not that hard to follow directions. You tell somebody exactly what they need to do, most people will follow the task, and as long as you ain't overwhelming them and doing all of this and that, most people will be fine. You leave them to the devices, they'll figure it out. They'll work out their techniques and get better at it, and because they want to be better at it. Don't nobody want to work a job to be horrible, but that's only you get horrible because if you ain't put in no effort. So yeah, that stuff is really real. So when this comes to be, when we start seeing that these are starting to become the normalcies, it's like, okay, don't nobody get mad. I don't want nobody to get mad. I want nobody to get mad when you start seeing our corporations, our buildings, our supermarkets, our malls, our mega places, all filled with just beautiful, glowing, wealthy, and abundant, and positive, beautiful Black people. And everybody having a good time and people spending their money, and you just looking at your business is like, damn, ain't nobody spending no money over here. Damn, what's going on? What happened? Well, as for hundreds of years, we were sparking heated discussions about the workplace practices and the equity and the cultural dynamics in the corporate America. But, none of you guys were actually trying to listen. You guys were actually apathetic and didn't even want to pay attention. You just like, security. You're like, security. So yeah, when these start becoming a reality, I want us to be able to keep that same energy as much as we see this going on with people are blatantly in our face doing what they're doing, and let them. Cool. I'm not mad, sad, and miserable about none of this stuff. Fine. How uncomfortable being there, you the only Black person. And we dealt with that on so many different occasions where our brothers and sisters worked in tech industries, just like the dude just said, make America Urkel again. America was always Urkel. We were Urkel before even the Screech. We were the Urkel. It's so much to where people don't have to put us after when we invented this shit, and everybody will act like they don't want to give credit, but quiet is kept. Always comes around. It always comes back around where you got to give that credit where credit is due. I just want to speak on that and showcase that because that's important. Because this is like this with every other nationality. And in the moment you start seeing brothers and sisters wanting to be able to work together like this, we don't want to hear none of you guys uproar and everything like that. Because you didn't want to hire us. Okay, we won't work for your company. Because you don't want us to come into your establishments. Okay, we won't come into your establishments. Okay, you want to charge us stupid? Okay, we're not going to spend our money with you anymore. That goes for every body out there. We have done so much for all of these other people. I'm not just talking about Indians just because I showed them on here. I'm talking about Asians. I'm talking about Mexicans. I'm talking about Black folks because all skin folk ain't kin folk either. You got many people who have been oppressively capitulative in the demise of our own. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. We've been traumatized and damaged in many ways. We've been duped by many faces out there who have said that, oh, they love us and we family, and I listen to Tupac too, and I got hot sauce in my purse, and I can play a saxophone. I know how to sing some Marvin Gaye, some Al Green. I know how to do the Dougie. Am I tripping when I say that? I don't know. But I know that I've been fooled by things that but it's the inevitable disappointment. So ongoing discourse surrounding Indian immigrants, particularly those in the technology sector within the United States, has intensified following a viral post by a U.S. attorney. This post, which has sparked heated debates across social media platforms, accused an Indian CEO of mismanaging the company, displacing its founders, and reshaping its leadership team predominantly with Indian executives. The attorney's post detailed claims against the CEO allegedly took over a company acquired by a private equity firm. According to the allegations, the CEO ousted the company's original founders and replaced key leadership positions with a C-suite dominant Indian professionals. C-suite dominant Indian professionals. Additionally, the attorney asserted that the CEO leveraged the COVID-19 pandemic as a pretext to implement a 10% temporary pay reduction for employees and halted all promotions. Further accusations included the CEO's decision to lay off 50% of the workforce, targeting experienced employees and shutting down a satellite office. The attorney claimed the associated work was outsourced to India, which reportedly disrupted the company's culture, decreased client satisfaction, and increased the workload for remaining employees. So, is that it? The post, since its publication, has amassed over 8 million views and sparked widespread discussion. Many users on X, formerly Twitter, shared their personal experiences alleging similar practices by Indian executives in high-ranking positions. These anecdotes highlighted biased hiring practices and job losses among American employees, further fueling the ongoing debate about immigration and workplace equity in the tech industry. This incident underscores the complexities of immigration dynamics, corporate governance, and diversity in the workplace, offering a lens through which issues of inclusion and fairness are being scrutinized in professional environments. My ex worked for IBM, and they would send employees to India to train their replacements. Revealed one. Yeah. My wife worked for a company that was purchased by a private equity firm that immediately brought in an Indian CEO. He pushed all the founders and replaced all the C-suite Indians. He used 10% to force every employee to take a temporary 10%, yeah. Same thing happened to my company. The Indian CEO came in over, basically all of the US and European middle management was nuked. The office in India got 5 times bigger. All of the talent left was pulling their hair out to try to explain how everything worked to the new teams, who then proceeded to implement improvements that pushed their work back to where you were and made everything easier for them. Are still delivering everything, but it's harder now, lamented another. I live in a town of 600. Indian buys one of the gas stations, fires everyone, hires only family. Roughly 10 to 15 people replaced. Same guy repeats with another gas station. Between 3 to 5% of my town's workforce has been replaced between 2 locations. Yeah. Yep, that's the outrage. Twitter's on fire, baby. Twitter's on fire, baby. Oh, y'all couldn't see that? Oh, it didn't. It just popped up. It did. Yeah, I hope y'all can see that. But yeah, I wanted to highlight that. Let me go ahead. Because that was deep. That was deep. That was deep, y'all. Put it back on there. Yeah. Sparking heated social media discussions about workplace practices. Now, you know, when we start talking about this, that's a problem. When people start losing their jobs and they can't afford, and things start getting a little bit long in the tooth, you get people start doing stuff that, they wouldn't normally do. And because of that, you got people having to resort to side hustles. For real. Like, job hustles that are nice, that are cool. But then a lot of people get impatient. And they're like, hey, milk is getting expensive. And because milk is getting expensive, people are starting to resort to other things. So because of that, I wanted to bring this up. Make sure I didn't miss it. I'll bring it back to me. Might as well. Yeah, because they was tripping, you know. That really is what got people up in arms. A lot of these people lost their job, you know, and like not for just a little while. It's been quite some time. It's been quite some time. And you're starting to see it all compound. You're starting to see it all show up everywhere. Put that on the board. Much love, everybody. Got everybody on all the different platforms out there. Appreciate y'all. So let me find this other one right quick. Like I used to shoot the shit out of us when y'all seen us doing good. Used to get mad and hostile. Truly. Like, but now that we got all of these laws in place and people was enjoying themselves, and now it's still starting to catch up, and you're seeing other people, like I said, these them deadly sins. You got people who got envy. Go ahead and play this one. Y'all see that? Yeah, it's there.
Killing her black neighbor will spend the next 25 years in prison. The judge sentencing her in the last half hour. In 2023, Susan Laurent shot A.J. Owens through her front door following an argument. Officials say it was an ongoing dispute centered on where Owens' kids were allowed to actually play. While the defense argued self-defense, prosecutors argued that there was no evidence to support that. A white woman convicted.
White woman, white woman, white woman, white woman, white woman. Like, hey, you got a lot of people getting agitated and irritated by just the littlest thing, by somebody else's kids, somebody else, just everything. Like, how do you hate the damn kids? You got people who are reacting emotionally triggered by everything. Like, everything is pissing people off. It's the overexertion, the overindulging, the overindulging into say like the gambling or the pornography or the substances abuses or stuff like that. The binge watching, you know, the hermit aspect of staying in, like, you know, what is it? Yeah, being a hermit. You know, hypochondriac. You know, oh, I'm gonna stay home. I don't want to go out. You know, I'm just don't feel too good. But you got these people having them. You know, they're moving to our communities. They're moving to our hoods now, and then they get irritated because the music is playing loud until 1 o'clock. We've been used to one. That's normal. It's normal for somebody to be trying to play music late at night in the hood. Like that's a normal thing. And you're mad about what's going on in the Black community. No, you didn't want to be there, but now you can't even afford to live. Can't afford to live in the community that you went off to. And now that the community got decimated, you've been left with nothing and nowhere to go. You're like, oh, yep, I gotta eat some of this humble pie. Go and do this thing. Go ahead and do this over here. And lo and behold, yeah, you had to go ahead and get over here. But the fact that you're over here and you don't like what you see, how many times that y'all have done that? But now that you guys are no longer in a blessing, you're starting to find out, that all that pretty privilege has gone completely out of the door, that all of these laws have gotten so much more harsh and strict and much more regulated and fierce. That's what's happening right now, is that now they are facing the letter of the law. And it's like, oh, damn, I didn't know that. I didn't know. Then now they're looking at their life like, damn, 30 years. And then they get in there and they get diddyfied. So they're like, I need a bill, I need a pill, I need a pill, I need a pill. To where now you got so many that I'm trying to break out now. I think I had one video up here where some dude was trying to break out, and he had like tattoos all over his face and stuff like that. I'm like, dude, y'all need to stop doing that. Like, I didn't want to have no tattoos and nothing like that, because you ain't finna know if I was at a crime. Like, he's the one with the big smiley face. I watched that movie, I Care a Lot, last night. That was wild. Wrong and dirty kids getting rich off the old folks. Yeah. And when it's amazing how I just came full circle. I just love how I just explained it from the beginning all the way to the end. And I should be doing like some movie. I watched so much stuff. So yeah, anybody who got movie reviews, I always love doing that as well. It's a lot of stuff I should be doing on this channel. And so, but that was definitely an interesting movie because it's playing out in our reality. A lot of these, now they're saying former President Jimmy Carter has died. Let me pull that up. They have now said former President Jimmy Carter has died at 100. He kept it 100, y'all. He was there. He just kept it 100. That dude been dead. He been dead. Y'all didn't know. You didn't even know. Yeah, they finally want to bring that out now. But I'm showcasing these things is that many of these people have nothing left to go and to show for. And they would rather take your ass out with them to make themselves feel better. You know what I'm saying? Like all these little 7 Hail Marys and stuff like that they try to do. They try to justify like you're trying to justify the dirt that you did with more dirt. And no, it's not how this works. But that's why a lot of them, you've seen them get into these little side hustles. Like now you're seeing teachers. Now you're seeing all their teachers are starting to become lonely fans now. It's a major influx of teachers that are now being lonely fans and trying to be the sex education experience for the teens when they hit 18 years old. You're seeing many of these teachers who are now becoming like a gateway for most young men to be able to have sexual relations now because of the whole, hey, these people struggling. This little kid was looking at her Apple ass, in class, and lo and behold, that's what it's turned out to be, where they like, well, if I can keep it as discreet as I possibly can and make as much discreet money as possible, that, hey, when it does come out to light, hey, I've at least made, I made something out of it. Who cares if I, degraded myself and lowered myself to this, this standard? Yeah, who cares? I'm American. I'm white and I say so, and so, but no, now you have to where everybody's scrutinizing these things and having issues with it, especially in the workplace. People not realizing a lot of that old dirt that you did, all of that spring break shit is starting to come back around. It's starting to come back around. to where now it's difficult for you guys to get hired. It's difficult for them to get hired now. And when you make it, when it's difficult for them to get hired like that, and you in a place that got all Indians, so now people are just, and they're stuck at home. They're being stuck at home and they're committing, these crazy crimes, and now they're going to jail, and they just like, when they get the sentence, they try to be all prideful about it. Until you get that 20-year sentence. Yeah, you're going to hold it together for a little bit. But the moment the bars close, you find out real quick.
Years in Florida State Prison. That's to be followed by 10 years of probation. Upon your release, and the Florida State Prison was, of course, with all credit for time served, you must initially report to the Bradenton Department of Corrections. I'm going to sentence you to 20 years in Florida State Prison.
They're getting stretched. They're getting stretched. You got men and women who are going away for a very long time. They're not in the workforce no more. So who's going to do these jobs when you're not trying to even hire Black folks? Who's going to do these jobs when you're not trying to even hire Black folks? Like, it ain't about to be sweet. If they're not gonna do the time, they like, I'm checking out. They like checking out. Am I tripping? Am I tripping when I say that? It's really no joke. They like, I'd rather take hold up. This one right here.
Are you hurt? Okay. Can we put the baby down, come in here and talk and figure out what's going on?
This mother spent her tragic final moments cradling her baby.
Hi there. What's your name? Can you come out here, please? Please.
The confrontation began after Maria Pike allegedly attacked baby Destiny Hope's paternal grandmother, Talisa Coombs, during a welfare check.
I called my son and asked him if it's okay for me to come up here to see my granddaughter.
Police then entered and found Pike holding Destiny in a closet.
I got her in the closet.
Officers spent 11 minutes trying to de-escalate the situation, but Pike refused to release the baby.
You gonna give her to the baby? Okay. Go. Whoa!
Sadly, both Pike and Destiny Hope lost their lives as an officer pulled out his gun when the mother lunged at him with a knife. Pike's family claims she was battling severe postpartum depression, exacerbated by homelessness and a lack of consistent social services intervention. Despite warnings of danger, including an alleged smothering attempt in October, social workers reportedly failed to provide adequate support or enforce safety measures. Family members are demanding accountability, arguing that systemic failures led to the tragedy.
Systemic failures led to the tragedy. You got people who are willing to take themselves and everybody else around them out because they are unwilling to deal with their own shit. It's no different from me. People like, man, I'm gonna leave your ass alone. I ain't finna help. That ain't on me. You go deal with your shit. I love you, your family and all that, but you need to go deal with your shit. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you get everybody. So yeah, you gotta. It's a lonely feeling being alone, but we all gotta walk this walk alone to be able to come out on the other side stronger. Come out on the other side forged through the fire. Come out on the other side healed. because everything that you have are dealing with, yes, it is hard. It's going to continue to get harder unless you do the work to fight through it to make it easier on yourself. It's the only way. That baby ain't got nothing to do with it, but the dude was sitting on the bed because they are not getting hired. They're not getting hired at the gas station. Where's she gonna work at? She got a baby. Our people have to deal with these questions all the time, all these scenarios. We didn't go trying to stab the cops. People going out like now, death by a police officer, and that's PTSD for him, because he just shot a baby and a white woman, somebody who looked like him on his side of the pendulum. So yes, this is real. This is affecting every dynamic, the whole ladder. These people see stuff on the job all the time. Cops see stuff on the job all the time, and because they're involved in it. Firefighters see stuff all the time because they're involved in the fires. Paramedics see stuff all the time because they literally got to, take a baby out of a boiling pot that the mom put in there because she was on meth and didn't realize that she was cooking. She was cooking. She was she was cooked high to the sky. But you got so many things that people are dealing with in this capacity where that's where they're taking it to, all these extreme measures now. And it's not even being registered as like clout or anything like that. It's not even being registered as it's trying to be justified behind the mental thing and all that stuff. No, people are always going to conduct themselves as they always was. And she was always that way, no matter if she was up or down. So it's like you have to figure out that happy medium. Sometimes us as people try to get that source through our significant others, and that's not possible. Like me as a man, I can't give you what you need as a woman. As a woman, you can't give me what I need as a man. We keep trying to mess and blur those lines and bridge them apart and try to make them, like they're similarly distinguishable. No. I am a man, you are a woman. There's only things that I can do outside of the realm of that. Same likewise with women. That doesn't undercut and shame or disrespect anybody in any capacity. We have to understand who we are at our truest core. We have to understand where we come from. We have to understand what day of the week we were born on. We have to understand what is our guardian angel, what is our spiritual, all of our spiritual background. But these are folks that cannot delve into that because they don't have that. It goes straight to demon, evil, Chucky, Freddy Krueger, Jason, all of these evil faces like that. They have to be able to identify with a glorified feeling, to feel good about that evil side of themselves, so they don't have too much of a moral tinkering and chiseling at that. But that's what it is. That's what it is. And it's been masked and it's been veiled for such a long time. It's been covered. But when you actually got to really deal with reality and really got to be deep in the dog shit, yeah. Oh, who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Roof, 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 roof. It's real talk. It's real talk. These people losing it. They've taken out everybody. They're taking out everybody, however they got to get it. And people struggling. They're struggling so bad, they're willing to take it from the next person. They're willing to tag team up, just like the corporate America. You're seeing so many companies now who are teaming up to get you. You're seeing women who are teaming up to get people. You're seeing men who are teaming, like everybody's doing weird stuff to be able to get something out of the deal. Oh, stomach over here. Probably gonna be eating in your face. I'm gonna order something to eat. Might as well. Come on, Craig. It's Sunday. We're gonna get some church. You're gonna get some of this word. But yeah, I want to show you this. I got so much.
Looking for two women in connection to the death of a man on the city's north side. Take a good look at your screen here. Investigators say on October 5th, just before 1:30 in the morning, Raul Robles was shot in the head just outside his girlfriend's apartment. He died at the scene. If you know who these two women are, you're asked to call police. New tonight, police say they're looking for two women in connection to.
Looking for two women. I say that is because you got a lot of fragile, insecure men out here who have not had any vagina in a very long time. And so if you got not only one woman, but you got two women who's sitting there thirsting over you saying that, "Ooh, daddy, you look good. What's your name?" He looking at, he pointing at himself. "Oh, you talking to me?" Knowing that you have this going on now, to where you have the people that are tag teaming up, knowing that it's the only way that I can get it. And it's unfortunate that, you know, it's gotten that way for a lot of women. After wanting to get the information or be accepted. Men don't like a woman to disrespect themselves. Men don't like a woman to not look appealing for us. Men don't like when you stank. Men don't like when you lie. Like, we're here to be there for you and take care of you and all of these great, beautiful things. But the moment that we even feel like you're trying to even get us like that, especially when you got stuff, he invested so much time or anything like that, money and looking out for something, and it feel gotten, you're turning most of these dudes into ice kings. I don't know why. Yeah, how do we know they're women? We don't even know if they're women. And we're in 2025 now. they might be one of them Will Smith iRobots. Let me see what the chat should be in there. Hopefully it is. You're saying the chat is not up. Chat on what? On, let me see. Instagram, I don't know. Could be something. It's always something. It's always the technical issue. But anybody that's on YouTube should be straight. Yeah, we got a bunch of everybody in here. Oh yeah, we can go ahead and do this for shizzle. Take a little commercial break. Why not?
The 8K family.
Have you ever felt a deep yearning for spiritual growth but didn't know where to start? What if I told you there's a guide that can lead you through every step? Introducing the 8K Family Handbook. This comprehensive guide is your ultimate companion for spiritual empowerment, offering invaluable insights and practical steps to enhance your spiritual journey. What's inside? Perform spiritual background checks. Learn how to assess spiritual energies and protect yourself from negative influences. Connect with your guardian angel. Discover methods to establish a strong, supportive relationship with your guardian angel for guidance and protection. Develop your magical abilities. Unleash your innate magical potential with step-by-step instructions and exercises tailored for all levels. Whether you're a novice or a seasoned practitioner, the 8K Family Handbook provides the tools and knowledge you need to elevate your spiritual practice. Begin your journey to empowerment and enlightenment today. Available.
Yes, we got our own commercials in the nation, baby. You can get that book right there. You scan the code. I go right over to Brother Big Levi on the right-hand side. So all the folks out there who don't know nothing about it, now you do. Now you do. Also, we got the beloved sister Lisa Cabrera with the beard oil, 12 Tribes on Earth. You can find her on Etsy and I believe Amazon, but Walmart. You know, I just want to shout out a couple of the folks that, you know, the family, you know, we got to keep supporting each other in all capacities, you know, and I don't get on live without my beard oil. Shoot. I don't get on live without my beard oil. Nope. I gotta make sure. Gotta be making sure I look, you know what I'm saying? It's coming in good. I like it. I ain't gonna show y'all eating though. But yeah, that's what's going on. I want to show you that because you got a lot of lonely fan things going on. You got a lot of people that are lonely, ain't got nobody that love them or anything like that. And so you're seeing people who are getting manipulated in, you know, the most diabolical ways. And so I see it, and I wanted it to be, you know, really truly addressed on that factor that you're seeing many women who are starting to use their body as a commodity so much more now. And it is not sexy for one. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, whatever, you know. But that's gonna be very difficult for you to get a ring. And, you know, if you are trying to get men, if your resume didn't have that, you didn't try to do that, like you're gonna be old and lonely with that ugly ass cat. Because that's the one thing men don't want to have around us is somebody who's willing to be like that, you know. And it's unfortunate because a lot of men, because that factor is like untrustworthy of it. It's just like, oh, most still might go and cheat. Anything like that. But it's like crazy. I don't want to go in that deep into it, but you know, it's need to be talked about. I guess I'm not gonna avoid it, you know. But shit, men cheat, women cheat, everybody cheat, and then everybody's good, everybody's bad, everybody's beautiful. We all got sides to us, you know, that we're all still trying to work on and do better in the heat of so many moments in life. Things are going bad. It's like your moral compass is getting checked, you know. Comparison, and like I said, my situation where somebody else where I might be down bad, and my other homie may be down bad, but that other homie may actually go and rob somebody. That other homie might actually go and do something that is uncharacteristic, but really is characteristic of him, you know? I may look at it and be like, damn, I might get out here and just pick up every penny off the ground and pick up every can and, you know, do whatever I got to do, you know, to avoid that moral infliction on myself about committing things that are, as we look back in hindsight, we be like, oh, that was beneath me, you know, oh, I was talking to that person, they was beneath me, I should have been, you know, and that's what we try to dismiss these things. And so, but we dismiss them off of everybody else, but we don't hold ourselves in high. We don't ask for that refund check on our own raggedy ass. Sometimes we don't, because we ain't got nobody to actually facilitate that. We went through 18 years of our mama and daddy doing that to us and all that stuff. But after that, it's just free range for a lot of people. And it's like, anybody gonna tell me what to do? That's your husband or your wife. You ain't fit to tell me what to do. If I want to sit here and scratch my balls, I want to scratch my balls. You know, you want to go and buy a bunch of purses, that's what you want to do. But we'd be so much be trying to, like, you know, herd cats. It'd be like micromanaging everything. But we overexert ourselves. But anyways, I just want to break it on that subject that the thirst trap is real. The thirst trap is real. Shalom, beloved sister. I see you over at Sister Renata on IG. But yeah, the thirst is real. That you got people who are just lonely. They don't think that they can ever find true love or unconditional love and fulfill those feelings and them be genuine. It's hard when we were going through Jacob's trouble and we didn't know no better about a lot of things that we were partaking in and doing. And so now it's like having that much more grace and mercy with each other, like being able to be in a partnership and a relationship with somebody and both of you guys go on an SM journey, you know, like we have to be able to reset ourselves, reprogram, and re-engineer ourselves for what we thought we know. And realizing that, you know, you got a lot of brothers that are going, you know, the route of the passport bro, you know, and thinking it's sweet and it's cool and it's easy on these other, but it just, you know, you're detangling yourself with other people's energies where you have no clue what that person has done or gone through, been through, and who they've been around. We all, no matter where we go, we tangle ourselves up on the spiritual aspect of the people that we're around. That's why we got to protect ourselves, because you can easily get snagged and snared by somebody like, you know, damn, she smelled good, you know, knowing that might have been a person that you wasn't supposed to be even engaging with, because you may smell good and your Florida water may be on you, and you just like, you know, you got your oil, you know, your protection oils, and you know, that may have warded off whatever spookiness that Jezebel was trying to conjure upon your ass. But to be able to get around these, to see these things now, because you got a lot of people who are willing to manipulate you now. Smile on your face like they did right now and take you for everything now. That's what you see in a lot of people, because they don't have nothing. Unfortunately, you know, the power of the V, power of the vagina. Gotta love the vagina. Gotta protect it. But you're seeing a lot, I'm bringing this up because you're seeing a lot of them struggling. So you're starting to see them teaming up, coming together, having these conversations. I've been on work sites where these conversations do happen. I've been in stores where these do happen. What happened? My screen went away. I think so. Oh no, it didn't.